Welcome to high school Spanish class, where we learn about all our favorite Spanish topics. I'm Norberto Payot, and today we are learning about the magnificent country of Nicaragua.
For this discussion, we'll be diving into the culture, government, and history relating to this southern Central American country.
So, without further ado, let's get into it.
The history begins in 1821 when the Spanish were sick of Spain and decided to claim more land for themselves. How selfish. This Spanish guy right here, who we'll call Fernando because he reminds me of the Brazilian guy that my mom won't let my dad know about, came along and said to the Nicaraguans, "Hey, can we have all your land and your gold and your everything? Yeah." And the Nicaraguan guy he was talking to, who I'll call Pedro, walked up to him still playing with his fish, looked him straight in the eye, still playing with his fish, and said to him, still playing with his fish, "No."
But unfortunately for them, Fernando is like my sister. He doesn't want to take no for an answer. So then the Spanish, they just gather an army, and next thing you know, they're all like,
"This is where we hold them. This is where we fight. This is where they die."
So, long story short, the Spanish took over Nicaragua, and unfortunately, Pedro died, and so did his two fish, Joe and Eddie. May they rest in peace forever. Also, something I almost forgot to mention is when the Spanish won, it was something like this right here.
Everybody was kung fu fighting. That man was fast and
So I guess the moral of the story is that the Nicaraguans are all gone. Yeah. I guess you could say they're Nicaragua gone. Ha ha ha. Am I right? Okay, so anyway, let's get into the government of Nicaragua. Did you hear that? Oh man, it's the bell. You know what the bell means? Iced tea time! Okay, I'll be back in a few short minutes. Just listen to this for a while.
Okay, so where was I? Oh yeah, government. Okay, so the government of Nicaragua is sort of like us Americans. They got a legislature, yeah. They got a president and all that. It's a constitutional democracy. So yeah, let's get more into that, shall we? Yes, that'd be great. I'd like to move on. So here is Nicaragua's current president. His name is Daniel Ortega. He's 71 years old, has been the president of Nicaragua for about 10 years now, and has a wife and 6 kids. He also ran the country for about 5 years around the 80s, and that ended in 1990. And for some odd reason, when I first saw his picture, he reminded me of a Spanish version of Jackie Chan. Call me crazy. Okay, yeah, I was crazy for thinking that, but I mean, just thinking about it for a second, just add a few more years to Jackie Chan's age, shave off a little bit of his hair, and yeah, just think about it for a few minutes.
If you half Chinese, I'm half black. I'm your brother and I'm fly. You down with that, Snoopy? That's dope, isn't it?
sorry, Lee, you can't be black. There's a height requirement. Same as riding a Matterhorn.
Oh, speak of the devil, it's Jackie Chan the Karate Man himself. Also, I should mention right here that Nicaragua not only has a similar government to us, but unlike America, they are the second poorest country in South America. I mean, At least they learn to appreciate stuff unlike Americans do. I mean, remember what they said about the guy who got everything he ever wanted.
He lived happily ever after.
Thank you, Willy Wonka, although that wasn't entirely what I was going for, but thanks for the commentary anyway. Up next, we'll be talking about the culture of Nicaragua, which is a lot more interesting than the government has been.
Okay, so this one I actually found very promising and a little bit not what I expected. Okay, so believe it or not, Nicaragua isn't really much of a sports kind of place like most South American countries or Central American countries. It's actually more into English and music and all that kind of stuff. They're really good. I mean, it's like New York sort of, except it's barely got any sports. They do have sports. I mean, they have a little bit of soccer, and they have what else do they have? Baseball. Yeah, they have baseball. But what they really like to celebrate is this little festival they do every year called Palo de Mayo.
So for those of you who don't know, Palo de Mayo is basically a festival that celebrates new life, it celebrates rainfall, it's celebrated once a year. It's not only celebrated in Nicaragua, it's also celebrated in places like Belize and Honduras and all those kinds of places. Yeah, it's basically where everybody gets together, they do dances, they put on shows. It's basically kind of like a music festival.
Another very popular part of culture in Nicaragua is literature. It started all the way back to Pablo and all his indigenous friends and his two little fishies. It started out with myths and oral literature, but over the years it changed a lot. One of the most popular writers of Nicaragua is Ruben Dario, right here. He was a very famous poet who was known as the father of modernism. He started out his career publishing small pieces of work in newspapers and magazines of the town he lived in. And eventually it grew bigger and bigger. He grew more popular, and he even got offered to study literature in England. Well, not England specifically, but Europe. And honestly, this guy actually looks like he knows what he's doing, even though he looks like a Spanish matador who just killed a bull with one single stare. Okay, now let's finish this up. Right now I'm going to talk about the literature and the language because I'm really tired. I really want to go sleep, so I can just get away from this and sing Hallelujah. Okay, anyway. The main religion of Nicaragua mostly consists of Roman Catholicism, if you want to call it that. I don't really care because I'm not the president of Nicaragua. Anyway, it's Roman Catholicism. It's one of the most popular religion in South America, in most South American countries. And language in Nicaragua is also very they have multiple languages, yeah. Let's just say that. Most of the languages include Spanish and English. However, some of the languages from Pedro and his fish actually somehow managed to get passed down, even though most of them were killed off by the Spanish, and they were Nicaraguan. And don't even say anything, Jack, or Annie, or it, or Vivaldi. I don't need any commentary from that. I just want to go sleep. Okay, so thank you guys so much for watching this. I hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, I'm just telling Senorita McConnell for allowing me to do this for our Spanish project. So I guess I'll see you guys later.